Hi, my name is Rhianna Absher. I am a senior class of 2025 studying environmental science with minors in forest management, marine science, and environmental education. I'm in the College of Natural Resources and I studied in Ecuador over fall 2024. I'd have to say that my experience, it was a lot different than being here. You know, everyone speaks Spanish over there. You don't see everyone speaking Spanish over here, so it's also a big cultural change that I wasn't used to, but it was absolutely incredible. I actually lived in a very mountainous environment for about a month and a half in the mainland of Quito in Ecuador, and then I lived in an island on the Galapagos, and so that was on the beach, and so that was very, very different in an island. Where here we're in the Piedmont in Raleigh, so very different. So I actually went to Ecuador studying marine science. I took only classes in marine science. I was scuba diving, took classes doing research underwater, classes in freshwater ecology, marine ecology, different things like that. And I kind of knew before studying abroad, but I think studying abroad kind of confirmed that I wasn't that interested in marine science as I initially thought I was, and that being in Ecuador, although I loved everything about Ecuador and I loved the area, I really missed trees. You know, in the Galapagos, it's very dry. There's not a lot of trees, and that's where I spent the majority of my time. And so I really missed that a lot, and I missed, actually in the Galapagos, I missed Quito, the mainland, a lot. Everyone with Ecuador talks about the Galapagos, and although it is beautiful, it's a biodiversity hotspot, it's absolutely incredible. I honestly missed the mountains, and I missed Quito, and I missed the rich culture that was in Quito, because that was on the mainland. So that's just kind of what I learned. So I think it's super important for students to adapt to a different culture, simply because in the United States, especially in Raleigh and at NC State, I feel like students, not everyone, but students were kind of sheltered in a way. I think going and exploring different cultures really gets you outside of your bubble, makes you learn about people's backgrounds that are much, much different than yours. And it just gives you a better view of what different areas are like, kind of getting out of the United States in general. I think is really helpful for students, especially students that are looking to travel, looking to go somewhere else after their college degree or within their college degree. I just think exploring outside of your culture, exploring and challenging yourself is super important while you're in college. I would recommend studying abroad to other students. Again, because it's a way to get out of your comfort zone, it's a way to explore different cultures. It's also a way to do your degree while being in a different place and getting to meet new people. So I always knew I wanted to study abroad before coming to NC State, but NC State guided my study abroad experience in that I'm actually in the Goodnight Scholars program and in the honors program. And the biggest thing for me was funding. Going to Ecuador was very, very expensive, especially in the track that I was doing. And NC State has a lot of opportunities to apply for enrichment grants, whether you're in the honors program, in a different scholarship, or like for research grants. I know there's a ton of other grants out there, whether you're like an engineer or in different colleges, and you can apply for grants and get money to study abroad. And I think that was the most helpful thing that NC State did for me, because I was able to go without spending a significant amount of money of my own, and I would not have been able to study abroad otherwise. So it definitely gave people like me who don't have access to that kind of money to study abroad access to do so. I think a standout memory from my experience abroad is during our fall break. It was like an entire week long, and me and a bunch of other people in my program, actually most of us, traveled to a town that's called the Gateway of Amazon in Ecuador. It's called Baños, and there we did canyoneering, we did rafting, we stayed in a hostel, we met a lot of locals. We did a lot of really, really fun things and adventurous things that I really enjoy and that I had so much fun doing. It got me so much closer with people in my program, and it got me kind of outside of my bubble because, for example, like in my program, it was, I was only taking classes with people from the United States or Canada. So I was taking classes in English. I was not taking classes with anyone from Ecuador. And so being able to kind of get outside of that bubble while not in class and explore outside of like my comfort zone at the university was really, really awesome. I think I learned about myself that I really enjoy doing things by myself, traveling solo. I found that a lot of people in my program didn't want to do the same things that I wanted to do and do like different adventurous things that people weren't really super keen about. And at first I was kind of like disappointed. I was like, oh, I can't do this because someone else won't go with me. But then after like a little over a month, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it by myself. I'm just gonna do this by myself, take all the safety precautions, let people know where I am. But I'm just gonna do this by myself, see what happens. I ended up really enjoying it, really getting the most out of things doing things by myself because it forced me to meet other people, forced me to talk to other people. I made friends with the locals and things that I wouldn't have been able to do if I hadn't forced myself to jump out of my comfort zone and do things by myself. And it helped me learn that I enjoy doing that and I don't mind being alone. I think students should have the opportunity to study abroad, to expand your knowledge of other cultures, expand your knowledge of different people's backgrounds. And also traveling while you're young, I think, opens up a whole wide range of different opportunities. I also just think that everyone should be able to travel and should have access to traveling and going to new places, and not everyone has access to doing that. So if you're a student at NC State and you have access to NC State's opportunities, you should also have the opportunity to study abroad.